Hey there everybody, my name is Daesvail and welcome to my top 5 games of 2012 countdown. Now there was plenty of games that I played in 2012, so this isn't an accurate description of everything I played or anything like that, but it is the top 5 games I enjoyed playing the most. Maybe not played the most, but enjoyed the most because of just how well made they were, the action in them, how well put together they are, etc, etc. So let's start off with number 5. Number 5 is Orcs Must Die 2. Now this game is a continuation from Orcs Must Die, and oh man did they do this franchise good. Because just adding the ability with now 3 DLCs, all of which are amazing and pretty tough, as you saw in the Christmas special for Are We There Yeti. Adding in special content for people who had the first game, very awesome, and adding in multiplayer, oh, that was great. And I mean, I've done some of the multiplayer with a friend of mine, and wow, it's hard. I mean, in one player, the levels are hectic, like hectic to no extent. It just, some of the levels you go through in the single player campaign are ridiculously hard with one person, and you actually do need to go into the endless mode and try and get some extra skulls to beef up your spells and everything. But then 2-player, it's double as hectic because I swear, either stuff takes less damage, needs to take more hits to die or something, I don't know. But it's just so fun in 2-player because of that little bit added difficulty they put in. You can also go back and do some classic story modes if you had the first game, and just, it worked out so well. And I really enjoyed the game so much, and just, there's so many more exploding orc bits. It's just, what I would do for some exploding orc in the morning. Oh, yes. So all those reasons and more is why Orcs Must Die 2 gets my number 5 spot. Number 4 would be Awesomenauts. Now I played this game a lot over a friend's house, and we would trade off playing the game, and then I finally ended up buying it on the Steam sale recently, and I'm so glad I got it now for myself because this game is just amazing. I mean, it's so fun. It's a Dota style game in 2D with platforming involved, and it's so well made. I love it, and I love how really no Awesomenaut in there right now is too overpowered. I mean, Gnaw just got a little bit of a nerf because he felt a little overpowered, and he's one of my favorite characters, but I pretty much just play random now, and I have a good time with any of the Awesomenauts that I go on. It doesn't really matter who they are, which way I play them. I change up what I take every now and then. Sometimes I find one that works wicked well, and I keep that for a while. And just together, that game has gotten so much good press, and it's turned out into such a great game. And the community is really great too, because I mean, I haven't really left a match where people are rude or anything, because sometimes I've experienced other multiplayer games where people will be rude or everything, but not in Awesomenauts. I usually get most people who just say good game, or like you'll have good little commentary bits in between where someone will say something like, oh, nice kill or whatever, and I like that because you want to have a feeling that like you're enjoying the game with other people who are enjoying the game as well. So all that together gives Awesomenauts number 4. The number 3 spot goes to Darksiders II. Now while this was, I will complain because just the PC port of it was so ridiculous. I mean, if you go to open a door or something, you're supposed to press E, and I knew that from playing the first game, but if you didn't play the first game and you go to open a door and it gives you a key that is not even on your keyboard, it's like, what do I do for this? Yeah, that was a weird way to give a PC port. And I don't even recognize that from a controller either, now that I think about it. But it was such a well put together game. I mean, you can pretty much go wherever you want and do whatever you want. There's plenty of side quests and everything. The combat, I love it. It's so fluid. You can go from swinging your slice, riding on your horse, shooting your gun, raising your ghouls, using your secondary weapon, all in a snap. You don't have to worry about switching between weapons or anything. You can switch weapons in combat if you want to, but you don't have to worry about, oh, I'm gonna take like a couple extra hits because I'm doing this. The game pauses, you switch weapons, there you go. It changes how you might swing because the two-handed mace handles totally different from two-fist weapons, but it's just so amazing to see that, and I do love the game basically for its combat, because the combat was so well put together. It's so fluid, and I love that about it, because it works in with how death is, especially with when you go into it like ultimate mode, and I loved it. I really love that game, and even with as much as I love it, it only gets rank 3. Rank 2 goes to the Mists of Pandaria expansion for WoW, and it's kind of weird to put an expansion in here, but just Mists of Pandaria is exactly what I wanted from WoW for now, because I would consider myself a hardcore raider because I don't really go into PvP that much, and mainly the reason that I play the game is for the raiding and for the PvE content. And 3 raids at the beginning of the expansion, goodbye me. Looking for raid while people will complain like, oh, I only ever get the 28.5 gold. It's like, yeah, I do too, but it's like, remember, only about, 6 people will get an item off of every boss, not counting coins or anything. So it's still the same percentage chance of you getting an item, but looking for raid is nice because it allows the normal modes to be actually hard, and then the hard modes to be actually harder. You didn't really see that in Dragon Soul because normal modes were a cakewalk, and then you go into hard modes and they were actually hard, but it was like such a difficulty gap. Now the difficulty gap is pretty steady, going from looking for raid to normal to hard, heroics, and there's even elite modes with the protectors, and just there's so much to do besides raiding now too, like your farm, pet battles, anything you want really, and it gives you stuff to do. And also just wow, the 5.1 questline was amazing, and I'm so excited for the 5.2 questline, and also Vol'jin's book. Just so much stuff is happening in this expansion, and it's all so amazing. I'm so excited for the end of this expansion. Not for the raids or anything that's going to come in between or anything, or taking down Garrosh, which I am looking forward to. Just the way they're putting it together, it's going to come into such a conclusion that's going to blow us away, because it's already so sweet. So that's why Mists of Pandaria gets number 2. And to top it all off at number 1, a game that isn't even out of its beta yet, Smite. I love this game. I mean, I've played League of Legends before. Yeah, it was okay. Played Heroes of North before. It was okay. But I don't know. I think it's probably because it's in a third-person view and it's a little different. You can actually, like, I usually play Arachne, and being able to hide in the shadows and pop out of a lane, snag someone, grip them, and then just try and blow them up before they notice what's happening. It's so satisfying, because you can actually sneak up on someone besides just coming out of the shadows and it's like, oh, here I come. The 3D aspect of it makes it so much more, because you can actually literally gank someone and they won't see it coming. It sounds weird because you technically won't see it coming in like LoL or Dota 2 or anything like that, but you really won't see it coming in Smite, and it's so awesome because of that. And I mean, they're adding so much into it, and it's not even out of its beta, and I'm so glad, because like they have the match of the day, which today it's the New Year's Day, and it's all Sun Wukong, which is now what you're seeing, and Domination, Arena, Joust, Conquest Ranked, and they're not even done. Like, they keep adding gods, and it's so cool. And I love Smite, and I'm going to give it as much attention as it deserves, because this game deserves a lot, and this is why it gets number 1. But that's it for the top 5 games, going from number 5, Orcs Must Die 2, number 4, Awesomenauts, number 3, Darksiders II, number 2, Mists of Pandaria, and number 1, Smite. Looking forward into 2013, I'm excited for some games, mainly for, The name escapes me at the moment. Let me minimize this and look at the name. Where are you? Steam Library. Apologize for this, I totally had a lapse of memory, but Dead Space 3, I'm very, very much looking forward to that game because it just feels like it's going to be a very, very satisfying game to play. Because Dead Space 1 and 2 were great, and Dead Space 3, it seems like they're changing a little bit about it, especially with weapon customization, but they're going to make it great. So I look forward to 2013 with all you guys and more, hopefully, and I'm going to be putting out better quality content and more content as often as possible, because as you've seen if you were in the Miss Pendar beta, my sound quality and video quality gradually went up as I got more and more into it, got better equipment, continue to get better equipment. I'll be having a better setup for my microphone in a short while, and I wish you all a happy New Year's. I hope you all had a safe New Year's and have a safe New Year's Day too. So enjoy yourselves, be with family and everything, spend the day enjoying yourselves, and then I'll see you next time.